Matt.
Here's Cat.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. Get on out of that waiting room, folks. Climb on into the elevator. We're going to ascend all the way up to the 10th floor to talk about this week's General Hospital. Hi. You know, Ma, it's not just us. Every single week, this chat is popping when it comes to the GH talk. They love to be here, and we love to have them. Chandra's here. Kelly. Hello, Chandra and Kelly. Sandra is here. Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn. What else we got? Rochelle. Hello, Rochelle. Carolyn again. Sandra. I think I already said that one because they've been talking before we logged on. So it's good to see. Good to see the GH chat, making friends, talking about stuff. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. August 11, I have lunch with Roger Howarth, says Carolyn. So Carolyn buying a ticket to a Roger Howarth event.
Wow.
Well, that's
awesome.
neat. That's neat. I'm Zooming with Mac and Felicia, says Kelly, on the 14th, and then Cyrus and Heather on the 28th. Got all kinds of fun events. Oh, yeah, that should be a good one.
That one should be a great one.
Oh, gosh, just the crazy people.
Actually.
That's not the one that has John Lindstrom in it, because I know that Cyrus, that Jeff Coburn, John Lindstrom, and Allie Mills, the three of them are definitely doing a Zoom event.
They are.
One that they're donating actually the proceeds to individual charities that three of them are supporting. So I don't know, maybe that's a fan club event. There's a something that the three of them are doing together though.
Hey Matt, speaking of events, did you see, this is the last day of June.
Right.
Did you see there was an event for Johnny?
I didn't, but it is the last day of Johnny Wactor month here on the 10th floor.
Yeah, there was an event yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of General Hospital actors there.
Oh, that's cool.
A lot of Johnny's fans there.
Oh, that's great.
A lot of Johnny's family there.
Well, I'm glad that they were able to close out Johnny Wactor month for us in some sort of grandiose fashion, because all I plan on doing is removing the picture from the from the broadcast screen.
They're bringing awareness to what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, his legacy.
Right.
What a lovely person he was.
Yes.
What a lovely person he was, and what happened to him, and finding and try get some closure and some hopefully find the person that did this to him.
That would be nice.
Some justice for him.
That would be absolutely great. I hope that we're able to accomplish that and get that happening.
I'm surprised you didn't see it, because it was kind of all over social media.
No, I didn't see it. I guess the people complaining about Gio kind of took over any sort of highlight on that from the feed that I saw, at least. Now, I'm also not spending as much time getting into Twitter battles and climbing into what the fandom there has to say about things. So
yeah, well, you've got your life is busier than it was.
Yeah. Plus, I'm trying to use other social medias more and such.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have
Get on
noticed.
the Insta a little more, huh?
Instagram a little bit more, Threads a little bit more. I'm also trying to do some, YouTube shorts and Instagram reels and all that sort of stuff of snippets of our podcast. I'm trying to get into that a little bit more. So that way people can get some bite-sized 10th floor if they want.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know where the location was, but it was in a park near you, Matt. It was.
Oh, well, dang. It's unfortunate that I missed it then.
I didn't know about it until it was already passed.
Right. Well, like Kelly says in the chat here, #justice for Johnny. So let's keep that going, and hopefully we can find the murderers, is what we'll say. The murderers is what they were. Not the culprits, not the criminals, the murderers. So hopefully we can, let's make that happen, folks. I don't know how we can contribute, but anything that you can, do it. Mm-hmm. Rochelle with a super chat donation. Thank you, Sarah, very much, Rochelle. Thanks,
Rochelle. Did you see that Matt got a new mic?
That reminds me. That reminds me. So finally, it happened. I was able to finally convert those YouTube dollars that you were all so generous and donated to the show, and I turned that into a brand new microphone for me, because I had dropped the other one way too many times. Plus I moved with it and all sorts of stuff. Ma's microphone has sat on that desk and hasn't moved in ages, and so it's still in great condition.
Yeah, the only reason why I move it is to clean underneath it. That's it.
Yeah. But I got this one. It's ginormous.
It is.
It's huge, but it's better quality too. It's heavy duty. It was a little more expensive than the ones we had gotten before.
Yes.
Hopefully that the sound is clear and broadcasting well for everybody in the live chat here on YouTube, experiencing it for the first time. And yeah, so I'm going to use it for JLJ Media Dramas. I'm going to use it for the podcast and anything else that I try to get my voice out there for. So again, hopefully we're good and clear and it doesn't pick up the fan of the computer too much, and we're having a good time here on the 10th floor is what we want. So thank you everybody, especially the ones who come to this show, because it's the one that people come to the most. Explore the other options that we have on the channel, folks, because we're just as fun on all of those other podcasts. But definitely a big chunk of that came from the 10th floor viewers. So thank you all.
Yes.
Chandra says crystal clear. Sandra says it's great. Carolyn says I deserve it. Well, thank you, Carolyn. I deserve it because y'all said so.
Yep.
Headland says Matt and Kat and everyone have a wonderful 4th of July, because that's coming up.
It's Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to happen before we rejoin you here. If that's Thursday, then we're probably not going to podcast. July 4th is Tuesday. No, it is Thursday. We're probably going to miss the skinny dip on that day.
Well, surprisingly, I don't have 4th of July plans.
Well, I don't either, but I'm sure other people do.
I decided not to host anything.
Yeah. Well, hey, I don't know nothing, man. I haven't hosted a 4th of July myself ever, so I can't say nothing on that. But GH will be on. I don't think they're going to get preempted for the 4th of July, and hopefully we'll be able to get something in there. Usually they wheel the kids out with some sparklers or some flashing stage lights for them to all go, ooh, ah.
Years ago, what they used to always do was they always had, like, everybody went to the park, right?
Yeah, and they threw babies on the barbecue pit.
And there was a fireworks display, and the person that always lit the fuse and took care of it all for whatever reason was Luke.
Well, yeah, because Anthony Geary was like, I want to light off the fireworks every year. Work that into my contract. I have to light one fuse a year.
It was weird, but they always,
yeah. Kelly says that there's a repeat of GH on the 4th, and I'm going to trust her. So,
I would be surprised, because most holidays they do preempt.
They do. It's probably a better idea, because people are out barbecuing, having a good time. They're not sitting around watching their daytime. Carolyn and Kelly with donations here into the super chat. Thank you very much for your donations and your generosity, supporting the show, helping us upgrade bit by bit.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good for us. It's good for me personally. So thank you, everybody, from my personal side of things, and also from the business side, from the podcasting side. Every little bit pretty much goes back into the podcast itself to help get it out there for the world and get more people listening and have more fun with the GH GH fans out there.
If this wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. We're fun people, or we chase fun. If it's not fun, we're gonna stop. I saw a repeat on the 4th was in the schedule, says Kelly. So thank you very much for that, because you're looking at the schedule. I'm not. I'm just hoping it's on Hulu when I go and navigate to it. Sandra says that 4th of July used to be Luke and Bobby Day. I guess Bobby was involved with 4th of July a lot.
Yeah, I remember. It was really fun to watch.
In the last couple of years when we have done, Mama Cat needs to move her mic just a touch closer, says Kelly. Kelly might know. Let's see here. Financially support the show in real time. Oh, thank you very much, Chandra.
I turned it.
Actually, that is doing better.
I can't make it closer. I can't make it closer, as close as it can be.
No.
But I turned it.
Yeah, so turning it, better. Less echo, less canny. You're good. We're the fun show, says Chandra. Oh, thank you. Anyway, focus, Matthew. Focus. It's hard to focus, because we're going to be talking about GH ultimately for like 4 hours today, so... between this and we're going to be on JLJ Media GH Mini Spotlight at 1 p.m. So tune in for that, folks, on their channel. GH General Hospital, our favorite daytime soap.
I have to say, it is my favorite daytime soap. It is.
And it's our favorite now. And if Days of Our Lives were to get better, and then GH, then we'll call Days of Our Lives our favorite one. But as it stands right now, GH, you're great.
And I can't say Melissa. It was always my favorite. It was not always my favorite.
All my children
All My Children was my
All
favorite.
My Children. Yes, 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 yes. You know, they talking, you know, the gates and this, that, and the other thing, and so on and so forth. You know, it's going to revitalize soaps, and I see a lot of people hoping for that One Life to Live resurrection, but I don't know, man. I think if ABC was smart, it would be All My Children if they were to bring any one of them back.
I
That's
think
just me, though.
I think we talked about this before. I really think if ABC wants to like rejuvenate something, I think they need to do a hybrid of All My Children and One Life to Live. Lambview and Pine Valley aren't very far apart.
No. Yeah, I know. You've been talking about the hybrid show for years. You've been developing it in your mind.
Yeah.
All ABC has to do is ask, hey, what would you do? What's going on, Kaiwan and Melissa? Hello, hello. Because I guess my shirt and my skin are very skin tone compatible in the broadcast camera. Probably not so much in life, but in what you guys are seeing. She thought I wasn't wearing a shirt for a second.
Actually, Matt, it did. I actually noticed that earlier too when we were broadcasting at 9. Yes, your skin tone and your t-shirt aren't that far apart. And yes, I could see why someone would think that. But I don't think Matthew's chest is like free of any hairs right there.
You don't know what my life is like right now, Mom.
I
You
know you
don't
might
know
have ripped
what
all
I'm
that out.
doing. That's
Oh
why
yeah, you might like.
I stole this microphone from Best Buy and actually used the donation for laser surgery.
Oh my God.
GH used to do 4th of July programs, all sorts of different stuff. So, hey, you know, I don't know. Maybe we can bring that back. I don't know. That'd be fun. I'm into big events. And when it comes down to it, GH is one of the shows that's able to pull it off. Now, I can't, now, you know, I don't watch a lot of Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful, so I really can't say anything about their event budget. But I think
Yeah.
GH does a great job when it comes to blowouts. You know, the wedding was beautiful, and then Sunny and Nina's wedding was also awesome, as was Jordan and not Jordan, but Portia and Curtis's wedding. Not only that, you know, when they decorate the park for Christmas and they have the hot dog carts and the fake snow and the twinkling lights, I think that GH does a great job when it comes to set design and decoration. And
I think they do too, but nothing tops Angie and Jesse's last wedding with Neo singing at the wedding.
I'm sure GH has had
Ooh, that was a good one.
modern pop stars and music people come in for their previous
have.
weddings.
They have.
You know, I mean, come on, we had Jesse's girl. We had Jesse's girl on the cast.
We did.
There's no way that he wasn't out there being like, I wish I had Luke's girl, you know?
Oh, yeah. You know, yeah. He's never going to go away. He's never going to go away at all. He's Emma's grandpa.
Yeah. He's going to be remembered forever. Okay. Emma, by the way, actress who plays Emma, Brooklyn Ray Selzer, I think her name is graduated from high school. Congratulations to her for her high school graduation.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, I know a lot of people.
He always seems a little old. She seems older than that to me.
Right. I think it's because the other characters in that age group have been Sorzed, and so you just kind of like get the feeling that Emma should be, the actress Brooklyn should be, you know, 21 rather than 18.
Yeah, she should be like, you know, moving in with she should be moving in with Josh and Trina.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to happen. I don't think they have any plans on bringing Emma back, and I think that Brooklyn herself has plans on going to college and, you know, completing her education. So we'll have to, you know, when she's in her mid-20s, we'll see what the future holds. Hopefully, the show is still on.
Hopefully,
but I would say let Brooklyn do her whole college thing. Be done with that. Let the actor and the human finish something significant for their life, and then we'll see about complicating the schedule with a soap return. Plus, then, you know, she'll be mid-20s, as, you know, conceivably should be her contemporaries in the cast.
And maybe if Emma comes back, if Emma's back on screen, hopefully she don't go to bed with scandals like her grandma does.
Yeah, here's the thing, because when it comes down to it, we don't have a lot of like people coming on and then going to bed. You know, I feel like if this was, you know, the extreme 90s, Gio would have already been like figured out a way to seduce not only Joss but Trina. You know, as they are now contending for the attention, I should say, of the new man in town. I don't know what we're getting with that though. Gio has been having more conversations with Jocelyn than he has with Trina.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird because it's not like Trina's not in the scenes. Like
Mm-hmm.
just this week alone, Gio and Joss were kind of having a conversation as they were moving into the Quartermain house.
Mm-hmm.
And Trina was there. She was actually in the center of the shot, looking kind of annoyed at the two of them. I don't know if you picked that up.
I did not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was just the still that I saw, or some of the clips, or even just some of the reaction that I read that might skew
Mm-hmm.
some of my perspective on it.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I saw though, it's not like Trina was standing in the back going.
Mm.
She was a little more in the back, like.
Mm.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to read that. I don't know what to think about that. I feel like GH is all on board with Trina. I think that what we have is characters who are prominent and the characters who are not, and then they'll be prominent again, and then they won't be, and then they will be, and then they won't be. And I think that Trina's going to fall in that, and it won't be long before she finds herself in the throes of another deep, detailed storyline. I just don't know what that storyline is going to be.
Oh, I think Trina needs a new storyline for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe the gallery is going to be Trina soon.
I feel like that's going to be something. And then she'll have the pressure of, well, I don't even have my degree yet, but that's all right, Trina. I trust you. I think that you have everything that it takes. You were going to be, go to the Paris and train at the Louvre or whatever it was.
Yep.
Before your life fell apart and you walked away from it all. So, I don't know. I think it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they already have that set and they don't have to buy a new one.
Yeah, but yeah, I could see the gallery belonging to Trina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what
Not
story is
Ava.
attached to it though. And that's a place for her to be, which is great because then now they're
And
gonna
then
have scenes.
and then if Trina
Hi,
is
Daisy.
actually running the gallery and the gallery belongs to her, Brooklyn could then encourage Gio to play violin well at the
Mm-hmm.
gallery, opposed to when she told him not to play all that well for Ava.
Not for her. Not for her. Trina though, absolutely. I
Do
don't
you
know.
remember that?
Yeah,
That's funny.
it's tough. It's tough. Chandra says Trina did have a look. The way they filmed it was unique. Rochelle follows up, yes, ma'am. I agreed that the staging was strange. I felt a type of way about it, says Rochelle. Let's see. Yeah, I thought Trina, says Anne. Hi, Anne. I thought Trina was preoccupied with what Ava told her. I get big sister, little sister a vibe from Joss and Gio. Yeah, it's definitely not romantic between Joss and Gio. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know where the Trina of it all fits in. I know that she fits in somewhere. I know that she's included. I know that she's a part of the plan. I just don't know what it is yet. Because we really have gotten more Gio and Joss perspective and conversations and bonding and this, that, and the other stuff. But that doesn't mean that characters need to be isolated. They don't need to be islands or silos or separated from each other. It's a robust, roundabout, realistic community of people. I don't know. I just don't know, Mother. I just don't know what to say.
I don't know either.
Continue to watch and see what happens.
I know that Joss and Dex are not over. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're heating right back up.
They are right. They are almost right where they were.
Exactly. It won't be long before they just start like looking at each other, and then they send those telepathic eyeball signals, and then they're off in the closet. It's a matter of time, really, at this point.
It'll be no time before we actually see one of those bedrooms in that apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unless they want to save money and they just fall on the couch and get busy right there.
Just right there. Just get it on. I don't know.
Put a sock on the door, kiddo.
Let's see. Trina likes music and Curtis is busy. She can book the Savoy, says Melissa. I think that Brooklyn, I understand that we might want to keep the Savoy and Curtis's family, but Brooklyn is the music character. you know. And so if there's
Mhm.
somebody booking, I think Brooklyn would be the way. I don't know, because Brooklyn also is being pulled in 8 different directions. So we've had the whole deception thing, which is gone.
For right
Deception,
now, it sure
the
is.
whole the whole who's owning deception. Brooklyn working with Maxie to try to get the company away from Tracy and all that stuff. Gone, 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 gone.
Oh
I don't know if
yeah,
it's ever even coming back.
And Brooklyn and Tracy are on a completely different page than they were before.
Completely. I mean, when it comes to contention, it's gone. They're family. They're working together. They're trying to, you know, improve things for the life of Violet, whose life has changed majorly this week, and we'll get definitely be getting into that. Um, so yeah, just when it comes to the tension of deception, all of that's gone. Tracy's, excuse me, Lucy. We haven't even seen her in quite some time.
She'll be on next week. I saw her on a
Okay,
highlight.
okay, she'll be on next week. But like you're so out there, you're so wild and crazy, it's destroying our company. We haven't touched that in forever. Chandra even said, I forgot about deception. All this other stuff has been
Right?
so good and impactful and hard hitting, you know. I mean, we had the death of Gregory going into the departure of Finn, and now we're going into whatever's happening with Ava. You know, and I think that's going to become really prominent real soon. Pikeman is heating up once again. Some craziness is going on with Valentine and Anna. So yeah, like little side stories, I guess, little stories that aren't feeding into the center pillar of Port Charles right now, or have really atrophied and withered away.
I just don't like what they decided to do with Anna when it comes to Valentine this past week. I don't like it.
Like,
I don't like
is
it.
she using her body to manipulate him? Is she
That's what it
falling
feels
for
like to
it?
me. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like 90% opportunistic manipulation and 10%, I still like him. I still love him. I still like him. My bottom half really likes him still. I don't
I don't
know.
know. Yeah, I don't know, because I know that they've always had that push pull romance, you know, subtleness between the two of them, but then it also like it manifested. You know, they
Yeah.
achieved it. So now that they have achieved it, like that tension is gone. Suppose it should be, at least that curious tension
Mm-hmm.
should be removed from the situation, and now it's a conscious choice rather than something you fall into.
And Anna being the double agent spy aficionado she's always been.
Yeah.
Was she looking through his house? She making all kinds of noise.
I know, right? He comes out and he's like, "So what are you
No, a
doing?"
2-year-old playing in pots and pans makes less noise than that. Come on.
She's practically tossing the place. She almost stabbed a pillow in here, you know. Well, Chandra thinks that Anna just had a need, so maybe that's it.
Well, perhaps.
Maybe that's it. Uh, I think Ava will run off with Nicholas. Maybe even take Avery, says Melissa. That's an outlier of a theory.
Oh, I think if she can at all, when she does hit the road, she's gonna try to take Avery
See,
with
she
her.
can't take Avery though, because if they do that, Sunny's gonna have to go after her. Sunny's not gonna be like, eh.
He could catch her right at the last minute and kill her.
Do we need to kill Ava? Do the Jeromes need to all die?
No, I don't think they all need to die, but I just have a feeling that Ava's gonna die.
I hope not. They brought up Connie this week. Maybe she'll go to jail.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe Sonny will just find a way to throw her in the slammer.
Perhaps. Maybe he will, but boy, Ava is just he's such a liar. She was such a liar this week. My gosh. Oh my
Just
gosh.
blatant bald face lying.
Really?
Not hiding the truth, not twisting it in a certain way, just lies. Untruths,
She
unfacts.
lied to Laura and lied and lied and lied to
Well,
Laura.
what was your favorite lie? Or which lie
Hmm,
would have worked on you, do you think?
I don't know.
None of them. None of them. No, I don't want Mara
Maybe none of
West to leave the show. I don't want Mara West to leave the show either, but it's not up to us.
No, we don't want Maura West to leave at all. My gosh, we've been singing the praises of Maura West since we started doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
She's excellent.
Yeah.
She's excellent. She brings out the best in every other actor that she has a scene
Yeah,
with. She's
totally.
just phenomenal. She's just phenomenal. We don't want her
Mm-hmm.
to leave, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that Mora,
No, she's on her way out.
she might,
I
she
can see
might
it.
be
No, I see
she
it.
might be a highfalutin girl over on the gates in a couple of
She'll be
months.
on
Who
the gates.
knows?
Maybe she'll be on Bold and the Beautiful. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, like we're talking about all, the changes to the cast. Clearly, some people are leaving. Clearly, some people are coming back. And it's not just Jonathan Jackson. Brian Craig is coming on for an episode in August, so that's coming up pretty soon, really. Excuse me. I think they already filmed it. Um,
Who is it
but
that's coming back?
Brian Craig as
Oh, okay.
Morgan, Jonathan
Yep.
Jackson as Lucky. Now Lucky's going to be
Yes.
on for a longer stint than just a day, but Morgan's coming back for a day, probably a dream or a ghost or something. We talked about it a little bit more in detail last Thursday on the Skinny Dip with Professor Angela, so go check that out, especially if you're
I think
Fangela.
I think when Morgan comes back for his one day in some kind of vision, or like you said,
Mm-hmm.
I think that is going to be what corrects Sonny back into reality.
I mean, we'll see, because that story has lost a lot of cohesion and detail recently as well. Now, I understand that Gregory's death and Finn's departure has been the show. It's been the primary story, and they just haven't dedicated as much time to these other things that haven't been resolved. They just haven't been focused on.
Mm-hmm.
That's legitimate. That's valid. We still only have 37 minutes or whatever it is per day, 5 days a week, to tell stories that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, just 15 topics alone that I wrote down just for this week. Like there's a lot going on, and it's only 30
Yeah.
some odd minutes a day.
Yeah.
So I get that other things are going to kind of fall off and then be brought back to the forefront, like Sonny's medicine.
Mhm.
We haven't talked about that in forever.
I know. And Ava, and that was just it. But Ava didn't waver off that at all.
Mm-mm.
She's not trying to remedy that at all. And
Not a lick.
now she's mad as hell at him and hopes he crashes and burns. Right?
I guess that's the thing. Good thing I didn't do anything about this, Sonny, because now I can just let you spiral. I can just push you in the direction I need you to, so I can take Avery for myself. I just don't see how she can leave town with Avery unless there's a real strong ironclad custody thing that Diane promises to work on, but it's gonna take years, type of thing, that keeps Sonny from chasing her down and recovering
Mm-hmm.
his daughter. So I don't know what the future is. I just don't know what the future is for GH, and that's crazy. I have somebody in here. Who is it? Kaiwan? No, it's somebody else. Sandra? Rochelle? Somebody with a name, a female name. Said that she still thinks that Anna and Brennan are working for somebody else. But who was the question at the end? But who are they working for? And so my immediate thought when I read that was, well, maybe there's not somebody that they're working for. Maybe it stops at Brennan and Valentine, and they really are the top of the heap, because the but who is like searching for more because we want there to be more.
Mm-hmm.
We want there to be a deeper story. We want it to be included with other people. We want this detail that we thought was a detail, but it's been eliminated and forgot about a couple of weeks ago to still matter. And we're in this crux, this change, this transition. You can feel it in the show, Ma. Between the actors and the stories and what's prominent, what's not, and all that stuff. I know that I haven't probably been very cohesive with this analysis, but I'm confused and excited, I think is the point.
Well, it's sweeps like we said before, so there've got to be some conclusions, some revelations
Oh, I think it was
in
Carolyn.
the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Carolyn says, who was Valentine talking to on the hidden phone? One of his subordinates? One of his bosses? I know that people want Natalia to actually be Pikeman. I don't know how that works. But I've seen people go, However, they've been conflating the boss with Pikeman.
That's true.
Because the boss and Pikeman were not the same character.
Right. Well, maybe General Hospital's got something big up their sleeve.
I think Natalia is just a low-tier antagonist. I think that she's somebody there to be a problem, to have a differing opinion, to be in the way. But I don't think that she's going to wind up being some, she was the West Coast mafioso that Sonny was worried about.
I don't think
You
so
know,
either.
I just don't see that. I don't see that in the character of Natalia. It seems like she had a very close relationship with Eloy and with Blaze growing up, without leaving for
Mhm.
weeks at a time or having a mysterious "I don't understand your job" situation.
They've never talked about Blaze's dad, have they?
Not really.
Uh-uh.
Not really.
Other than I guess, didn't they say they're not together anymore?
Yeah, the relationship is no longer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know the details of that. I don't. If they talked about it, I just don't recall. Because I know Natalia and Blaze have had a few conversations about their family on
Hmm.
the bench. The bench, I think,
Yeah.
was named after Gregory. Eloy is Pikeman. There you go, Melissa. You figured it out.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Lucky's Pikeman?
What if Valentine is just Pikeman, like the show's been telling us? You know, it's like the audience just doesn't want that. You know, we don't want it to be Valentine, so we're trying to find somebody else rather than just go with what the show has been saying.
Uh-huh.
They're like, oh, but what if it's really Blaze? What if it's really Natalia? What if it's really Lucky? What if it's really anybody but Valentine? And I don't know if that's a
I want it
testament
to
to
be
the
somebody
character or
where
what.
Pikeman's story can end.
You just want it to be over.
Pikeman's has been going on too long. That's all. Too long, that's all.
Oh gosh, no, I don't. Reverend Uncle Ponytail could be Pikeman. I still want it to be Cyrus, says Chandra. See, I just people want it to be anybody but Valentine. Essentially, is what the reaction is telling me. That's because
I,
people love
I'm
Valentine.
I'm okay with it being Cyrus because I like Cyrus Rotten.
I don't know, because so John Lindstrom shared a picture of himself, or shared a video actually of him and Jeff Kober on a set. I'm going to assume it's the General Hospital set. I don't know for sure, but I assume
Did you
it's the
see that
GH
he
set.
got a little mini ponytail going
And he's
on?
got a little mini pony. He's regrowing his hair, which is
Yep.
fine. Which is I'm fine with that. His hair was a little too short when they cut it anyway. I'm happy with a good mid length that you can still like make a business type of look with.
Yeah,
In any case, regardless, it looked like he was on set, which is very exciting.
it is.
Um, you know, but the dress was just a collar, just a regular normal slacks and a collar. So
Mhm.
nothing in the wardrobe that suggests any sort of one way or the other when it comes to the character, unless you're considering him not wearing a suit to be evidence that he's not up to no good.
Oh, he's not in orange.
He's not in orange, and he's not in a suit with a tie like his gear was when he was the bad
Hmm.
guy at the top of the heap. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I hope he's back, and if he is Pikeman, it'll be another quick change that I'm not expecting. If oh gosh, I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Says Melissa. Lucky would never be Pikeman, says Melissa. Hmm.
I don't know.
If Helena had brainwashed Lucky again, he could be a bad guy.
Sure
Just
enough.
Helena continuing to cause problems from the grave.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I don't
He had a
know.
list of things to do for her minions.
Oh my gosh, maybe he's gonna, I don't know, reveal something about Heather that keeps her in jail. I don't know.
I
It's
don't
possible
know.
that he just comes back to town and is like, hey guys, I'm back. I decided to move back and it's not attached to anything.
And you know what cracks me up about all that? As I thought about what we said, what we were just saying last week. I said Jonathan Jackson will never return
And
as
here he
Lucky.
is. It's like the show wants to prove the podcast wrong.
I know they want us to make us full of crap every time, don't they?
They do. They
So
do.
yeah, we were just saying that. Oh, Jonathan Jackson's never going to return. He's left acting. He's all into music. You said that he wasn't going to do anything that wasn't faith-based. And I agreed with you 100%. But honestly, I think a part of the reason I think part of the reason that influenced Jonathan to come back is Steve Burton.
He said Steve Burton. He said, I don't know. So Angela said Steve Burton. Then he did an interview that I didn't read where he credits so and so on keeping the door open for him. So it's either Steve Burton or Jeannie Francis, because I know he loves Jeannie Francis to bits. So
Yes.
yeah, yes, Nurse Amy Cassadine. What? They're going nuts in the chat, Ma. They're taking over. That's what they're doing. I'm okay with Valentine being Pikeman. The Cassidines are the bad guys, says Daisy. Well, there you go. There you go. A lot of
That's
people
true.
don't want it, though. A lot of people are looking for the next layer, is the point. And maybe there isn't one. That's
The
all.
closest thing they've ever come to a good Cassidine is Nicholas, and he's as
Excuse me.
flawed as can be.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the Cassidines that are up to no good.
No,
It's not just David that's up to no good.
nope.
It's that damn Gio. I mean, Finn was up to no good, and then he changed his mind and decided to be up to good. Because at first he was like, I don't want to do that. I'm taking my Scotty. Help me out. Give my baby back. I'm okay. I'm going to rehab.
Well, I tell you, Scotty, though.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty, I was watching that scene very intently. I thought, Scotty, you better take the high road and say the right thing for once in your dang life. And he did. He's like, no.
Let me take a look at this case here. Let's see. So your daughter found you passed out drunk, thought you were dead, called Tracy, of all people. Came over. No. No, I'm not taking this, and you just need to stop, Ben.
Yeah, no fabulous chasing this time. Like, no. I not also not agree with you, but this is not winnable anyway. You know what? Knockdown drag out. I want to see.
I want what? Tell me.
This is a different subject, but we'll go back to Finn though.
Sure.
But it just popped in my brain.
Yeah.
I want a good old fashioned. You know me with the beatdowns. I want a good old fashioned Natalia and Natasha.
Ooh.
Go down. Alexis, throw aside Alexis Davis for a second. Bring on Natasha.
Mom won't be happy until hair has been ripped from scalps and thrown on the Quartermain carpet. Alexis and Natalia, so that's got to heat up because they're really hanging out too much. I mean, of course, they're the respective mothers of Craze, but they're not hanging out too much.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
You have what? Oh, Craze?
No, the Smash name. I had not heard that.
Yeah. Christina and Blaze. Craze is what they are. K-R-A-Z-E.
That's kind of cool, though.
Craze.
It's not so often that you can actually hear of one that actually makes a word.
Yeah. No offense to Jarly, who joins us in chat, but Charlie's not a word. Jar sounds like a jar company. You know?
Jarly reminds me of Jarhead, you know?
Like Jughead jars. Yeah. Jarly makes me think of like Jarly brand foods, you know, Jarly brand peanut butter, Jarly brand, you know, Jarly brand ho-hos, Jarly brand snacks.
But anyway, back to Finn.
Chandra says Natalia can rip off Ava's new bangs. Hey, let's get ready to rumble. She finishes. You just like the fights. That's all. You just like the fights. You want Natalia to pop off, say something not okay, and for Alexis to be like, oh heck no. I'm totally dry sober, and I'm gonna go kick this woman's butt.
I want to say my real name is Natasha.
Bam. Kelly says Mama Cat likes her female cat fights.
Yes,
it's in your name. It's in your name, Mama. You like a good cat fight. Anyway, so Finn's on the way out. What? Thank you, Michael Easton, for your 7,000 years that you spent in Port Charles. Like from Caleb to McBain to Finn to Silas to every character along the way.
I love all the photos that all the stills I came up with that were on social media this week of Michael Easton with his vampire fang hanging out. Oh, they're so fun.
You know, and the Michael Easton
and a bunch of really, really old pictures of him too, from when he was like super young. Very fun to look at.
You can still see the same man, but there's like maturity in his face. While before he definitely looked like that really handsome like bad boy. As he's aged, he doesn't really necessarily look like a bad boy anymore.
He looked. You know what cast he looked like? He would be perfectly sat in The Lost Boys.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably when they cast him as the vampire, right? And Michael Easton has a Instagram page now that he started 2 months ago or something like that. So it's still pretty
Uh-huh.
fresh. So go check that out. Give him a follow. He also shares a lot of old clips that he filmed with like Roger Howarth. Clips of them in the dressing room just doing sketches. He's been
Hmm.
putting those up. He also puts up scenes of movies that he did before General Hospital or while he was doing daytime. He also did other projects, and so he puts a lot of clips and scenes up for that. And what a talented man, truly. Like I think it was
Hmm.
really easy to take Michael Easton for granted on the show,
Hmm.
and I'm just wondering how many people are now missing, not realizing what they had, and now they're missing it now that he's been gone for a couple of days.
To see him say, him when when Chase allows him to come to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that scene was so heart-wrenching with a little Violet saying, "But I can help you not drink
Mm-hmm.
alcohol." Oh my gosh. You guys, I I had to pause the dang thing and go get me a tissue. It was just so good. And it was so much real emotion because you
Oh
could see in
yes.
little Jophiel, she was she knew that was her last scene to play with
Yeah.
Michael, her
Yeah.
TV dad. And
Yes.
that's where all the tears were from.
Oh, totally. Oh, totally. A,
That's
a
where
total
all,
blend of reality and
yes,
and fantasy there.
yes. And for Michael too, I think
Oh
in that
yes, yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yes. I mean,
yeah.
genuine. Like there are good criers, and then you can see when somebody's really crying. These were people who were genuinely having real life emotions and saying lines through them. They were
Yes.
there, they were present, they were in their characters, but also
Hmm.
at the same time, like Tom talking to Dom Zamprogna at the GH convention about
Hmm.
Stargate Atlantis and how he was super sick while
Hmm.
playing the character, and he said, well, the director said, well, use it. Boom. Same thing for that. You
With
feeling some real
103
stuff?
fever, he could barely stand. Use it.
Use it.
Okay, if I had energy, I would.
Yeah, but the same thing with this, like use it, use it, use it. And it created a wonderful, memorable scene that people are not going to soon forget, are going to reference back to, are going to compare future performances to. And this is I put not in the title, but I put it in the tweet about this show, of advertising this specific podcast. That
Hmm.
Jophia Love enters a new era of her career because now she's not just, oh, look at that precocious little girl who makes the most of what she could do.
Hmm.
This little girl stepped into actress territory.
It was just so gosh darn good and believable. I mean, sh- I haven't seen that many child actors, especially on a soap opera, tap into that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And one of them that did is soon returning, and that's Jonathan
yeah,
Jackson.
yeah, yeah. The
When he,
genuine, you don't
yeah,
you didn't see her pretending.
no,
That's a big thing when it comes to a child actor. You can see when they're pretending because it's easy for, oh yeah, just pretend you're this person, just pretend this is happening. Um,
now you can see Wiley pretend almost every second he's on screen.
right. Pretend this is your dad. Pretend this is your little sister. You didn't really get that from Jovi 11. I think that is exact like this moment. Let me try to preface this a little bit. As viewers, we see the finished product, the edited thing, when it's all done, yada, 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 yada. We're trying to see when it's finished. We are educated in the finished product. We have no idea how to get it done, how to get it started, how to get it going.
Hmm.
Um, there is the ability of people who are making entertainment and television to be able to see somebody's talent and go, okay, well, this is going to be something before it ever is something. Before it's ever been written and edited and presented to an audience for them to consume. They can see it. They can see the talent. They can see the future. They can see where this person is going. Even if they're not quite there yet, they can see the potential. And when it comes to some of the people that I talk to about General Hospital and the direction that it's going and the writing that it's done, I have people who are very positive and very excited about where it's going. And there are also people who are very certain that this is the wrong move
Hmm.
in whatever it is, who are featuring, bringing back, hoping that's going to break the bubble, hoping it's going to push it, whatever it is. There's difference in opinion out there, but they are so sure. Both sides are so sure, based off of the experience that they have creating the television, being involved in the television, seeing what has worked, what has not, and both sides are coming from talking about the unfinished product, talking about the plans, talking about the ramifications of this 3, 4, 6 months down, which
Mm-hmm.
we don't think about in the same way that they do. So all of that to say, there's a reason why Violet has been so front and center of the kids on General Hospital. There's been a reason why Jophiel Love has not been recast as Violet. Not even attempted. Not even, oh, well, she's sick. Oh, she's hurt. Let's bring somebody temporary in. None of that when it comes to Violet.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has it. The show knows that she had it when she was 5. And there's a waiting for her to get older and better and be able to get through scenes like she did. She's had to say goodbye now to Hayden on screen. She, to a degree. She's had to say goodbye to Michael Easton, who Jophiel Love loves.
Mm-hmm.
And she, as an actress, is going to be able to use this moment to train herself in the future to be able to continue to access this real relationship that she had and turn that into other great work going forward. GH saw that, and I'm here for it.
Me too. Me too. I thought the most effective thing she said to Finn was her verbalizing, "I thought you were dead."
Yeah.
She verbalizing that. He had heard other people say it. He didn't hear it from her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was maybe the pivot that made him decide, yeah, I do have to go to rehab.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely helps reinforce that decision, helped secure that decision, and is going to help keep him in rehab for the, 3, 6 months or whatever it is that they were sending him for.
Yeah, it's a 90-day program.
90-day program. So I don't know what's going to happen to the character of Finn after 90 days, if he's going to say, oh, I should just stay out of town. It's too bad for me. I don't want to uproot Violet's life. She's in the middle of the school year. I don't know exactly what it is that they're going to be doing. Well, thank you very much, chat, for agreeing with my my long and serious diatribe about the acting talent of an 8-year-old.
And you know what? You know who else I saw that kind of growth out of, in more of a recent time, in the last 10, 15 years. We've seen that kind of growth from an actor from Eden.
We've seen it from Eden. I also want to say that I also saw it in William Lipton as well.
Yeah, me too.
Because they were 12, 13 years old or whatever when they were originally cast as Cameron and Jocelyn, something like that, right?
Eden was only like 9.
Yeah, she was even younger.
Mm-hmm.
So, as young people grow and so we saw that from the 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, and now we're comparing it to the 8-year-old that's on our screen. I would say that just to be critical, because you can be. It's very easy to be critical of General Hospital. It's not a perfect show in any way. But I would say when it comes to the character of Violet herself, and not the performance of Jophiel, but the character of Violet is, they want her to be everything at the same time. They want her to be wise for her age and precocious and talented and capable and all this thing, but also to be young and naive and inexperienced and not know what's really going on. They're trying to have their cake and eat it too, or whatever it is, the phrase that they say. Because you're presenting her as someone who's like, well, I'm capable. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna do all of these things and da. Also at the same time, oh, we can't tell her that Daddy's drunk. She's not gonna understand. Like,
I was thrilled with the fact that they told this child the truth and soap operas do that. They treat children like they cannot understand.
Yeah.
Yes, they do understand more than,
Oh, well,
it takes
Daddy's
time to
sick.
process. They got to
Daddy's
process
sick.
like everybody has to process, but they do understand. They do.
Yeah, I think
and they understand when they're being like just fake through things,
When you talk to an adult like I'm talking to you right now, and then a little kid comes around and you go, oh, hi there. How are you? Oh, did you have a big day today? The kid can hear that.
I can't stand that. People do it all the time.
The kid can absolutely hear
that.
So, if I were to give you any life advice, everybody listening, who's probably at least 20 years older than me mostly, if I were to give you any life advice, is talk to a child as if you would an adult, as best you can. You don't have to use the same language. But when it comes to the tone, the speed, the cadence, even I would say even beyond kids, somebody who might not maybe have mastery of your language, talk to them normally. It's going to help them longer in the long run than, hi, how are you? So I think that we should go to, because then you're a robot. So anyway, that's my real lifestyle. Let's see what the chat has to say, huh? You curious what the chat has to say, Ma?
Always.
Okay. Let's see. I saw her on Will Trent. She's great there as well. I'm thinking we're talking about Jophiel Love. Jophiel's a fantastic actress, says Liz. Love her more when I saw her on Will Trent. There you go, Jophiel and Will Trent. She was also in the movie Malignant, maybe? I don't know. Barbie? I don't know. She was in something. I like that Frank Valentini allows JoJo to utilize her skills. That baby wrote a song, for goodness sakes, and earned an Emmy nod, says Chandra.
Yeah.
I mean, they kept the character and the actress while both of her parents have fallen off the show. Like, they found a way to keep her around. And keep her around in a way that's going to inspire story from a pairing that I didn't really expect originally Violet to wind up with.
No. And I'm glad that Chase decided that staying at the house was the right thing to do. It's the absolute right thing to do.
They need the space and the people. They can't just it's just not the space. When you have the ability to, gosh, it's going to sound like I'm talking about a dog or something, but when you have a chance to like keep Violet socialized like she would be in the Quartermain house, it's only going to be helpful.
Oh, sure. And the fact that it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And then somebody in the chat, I think Melissa might have been, I don't know, I'm just making up who's saying things now, asked if Sasha is going to be cooking for Joss and Trina. Well, she's definitely going to be cooking for Violet.
Well, yeah, she will, because Gio's going to be making them some plates and filling up some aluminum trays and bringing on down there trying to earn some points. And Sasha's going to say, damn, I could have swore I made a dozen of these. Where are they? Who's a piglet around here?
It's like trying to like keep your secret dog in the closet before your parents know, so you hide you'll run a piece of pizza upstairs. Jophiel in the goodbye scene reminded me of the scene where young Maxie found out that BJ was dying and Maxie held her heart. It was the same feeling and earnest despair of coming from a baby. Was that when it was the Welch's girl playing Maxie?
I think so.
Do you remember that little spokesgirl? I think she played Maxie. I don't know.
She played Maxie for a long time, actually.
Or did she play Sabrina? I don't know, but she had like the little mop head and the very straight hair, kind of cut at the cheeks.
No, that's a different girl, babe.
Oh, I don't know nothing about nobody, especially when I didn't watch the show back then. Let's see. Kai Wan says, I think they got to make it so they can go. Melissa said, I wonder if Ava will move into Finn's apartment now that it's open. I think Ava's going to move into a jail cell, a grave, or Toronto. I don't know.
Well, I guess she gave up that house of hers, didn't she? Remember, she had a house, the same house that Sonny killed AJ in. She gave that up.
Yeah.
Now she's back at the Metro Court. Poor Ava having to slum it at the Metro Court. I feel so sorry for her.
A hotel that Carly owns. Like, I was gonna, is there not another nice hotel in whatever?
Evidently, there's not.
I guess not. JoJo was also on Five Nights at Freddy movie last year. So yeah, Jophiel Love, she's got a huge career in front of her. She's making her mark as the kid actress as Violet, but she's not going to be on the show for 50 years, guys. She's going to be taken away by a primetime series at some point. Probably sooner rather than later. I don't want to say I would be surprised if, but I say we have at least a year left before Jophiel Love's agent gets her work that isn't soap.
Probably.
And she might even have to, leave 3 months to do a feature film. I don't know, any number of different things is in the future for her, because she's, hi, Dad.
Oh, you saw me.
Doggone it.
He was here for a while, but then I winked at him and that was it, huh?
Yep. Anyway, I wonder if everyone, I'm glad to see the Quartermain mansion is going to fill up with people again. It's been quiet for too long, says Liz. Yeah, they've been adding people and adding people and adding people for a good year and a half now. Really.
Liz, I agree with you. You know, do you remember a few years ago the dang house was about empty?
It
Only
was.
people in it was I think we had
Like Monica.
gosh, we didn't have anybody in there.
Like Monica. In there.
Monica.
Yeah, yeah. Chandra says hello to Daddy T if he's still around.
No, he left.
All right. Well, Chandra says
He's
hello.
distracting anyway, y'all. I don't need him in here.
So yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see the Quartermain shenanigans and everything that goes there. Give Gio and Trina a chance. We have it on good authority that that's what the pairing is. Soaps are slow burns. They're on all year long. They don't have season breaks. They don't have episode numbers to get to the point to or anything like that. It's different than Pretty Little Liars. It's different than Degrassi. It's different than any other number of teenage soap, which is.
But you know, I do know that right now though, GH just went dark for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Mhm.
They're going to have themselves a good old fun July, everybody.
Yes,
They're gonna
yes.
be
All
having
the
a
actors
good
are
old
going to go
time.
party. They're going to come back arrested, refreshed, ready to hit the ground running, to do better
They're gonna
work than
come
they have
back
been.
tanned and beautiful and happy and ready to go.
Yes, ready to go, ready to go. So give it time, relax, folks. It's a slow burn. They don't have season breaks. They don't have that same stuff that you're used to. If you're a new person, you know, new fan of soaps, transitioning over from teenage soaps because you liked Sprina, totally cool. Welcome aboard. Come on in. There's a lot to sink your teeth into. Expand your mind and horizons and try to find old people interesting. It's going to be key. It's going to be key because there's a lot of old people on the show. I'm talking from a young standpoint. I recognize that nearly 40, they're all my age contemporaries, and I'm not old, so neither are they. But if you're 20, they're old.
Well, actually, you know, the demographic for soap opera characters is damn near everybody's my age.
Yeah. And then they got the younger crew and stuff. So find a way to be interested in the problems of old people. Don't hold things against characters for longer than 6 months, especially if the show isn't doing it itself. That's important.
Matt, you make me laugh loving old people. I'm so glad he still loves me, guys, even though I got old.
You know, you've always been my ma to me, so, you know, I'm rarely thinking about your age. And you know, just in conclusion, I think that the big thing to keep in mind, and this is for new fans, not old season fans, but new fans, is because there's no season breaks, there's nothing to work to. There's no end of the season blowout. There is when they decide to have the blowout, and in the time that they decide to have the blowout, they could do as much as they want with the story, as quick or as slow as they want. And usually they go for slow because they can't go too fast because they make it 5 days a week.
Yes, sir.
Jeannie's your age. She wants to confirm that.
Okay. Well, Jeannie Francis is my age too. We're all 3 together. 2 Jeannies and a cat.
Heck yeah. Gio is going to start a romance with Drew. Well, there you go. Drew's just going to collect the whole cast. That's what he's going to do. He's going to collect the whole cast. Everybody's going to be dating Drew.
Well, Drew. Well, we'll see him again. Him and Nina. Do you think Nina and Drew will actually be a couple someday?
No. Absolutely not. I think they're gonna bone until Nina finds something else to do or one of them falls off the show. No, I think that he's gonna start an affair with Willow, and they're gonna have the whole mother-daughter Stuart Chandler thing or whoever was doing Liza and Marion. Tad the Cad. They're gonna have a Tad the Cad situation with Drew, and it's going to greatly affect his bid for Congress. I feel like that's the story.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. At least that's what I would write. That's what I would write it from this point.
Mm-hmm.
Are you distracted by my fan, Mother?
No.
Okay, good. Got a little warm in here.
Well, it's a little warm everywhere, I tell you.
Well, it's noon now. It's 12:09, and I've got the room where the sun bakes.
Oh,
it's the room that has the sun all day long.
Oh.
From this window and then from that window, which I have a blackout curtain on now, so I hope you enjoy my new lighting setup. Anyway, Stuart Chandler. No, it wasn't
better,
Stuart
Matt.
Chandler.
Your lighting is better.
Good. It wasn't Stuart Chandler. The GH chat is getting mad hot. Yeah.
No, that was Tad and Marion and Liza.
Cadbury and Eliza. So that's what I think is going to happen with Drew. I think he's gonna start an affair with Willow. It's going to be a problem, a big Quartermain controversy, and then the added layer. And I've talked about this a little bit before, but the added layer on top of that too was the Quartermains wanting to keep it quiet because Drew just changed his last name, and now Quartermain is going to be associated with this huge political scandal, and they don't want that. So, like, Michael will be involved. We can't, but I hate you, Drew. He's gonna have to try to work things out with Willow, who's super sorry.
I don't want that for Willow. I don't want that for Willow because didn't she learn anything from that slimy Shiloh?
I mean,
or nothing.
No, she's following her heart.
She is?
She's not being manipulated.
Oh, see, but Willow kind of can't help it.
No.
Kind of can't help it because she's got the terrible influence of the woman that raised her, Harmony, and the influence of genetics that she can't control in her mother, Nina. They can have rug burns from the same location, from the same
in the same office, and that's going to be part of Nina's big blowout.
That's
on
dirty.
Your desk, like me.
That's dirty.
Like me. Yes. Time for a portable AC. I have a whole central AC thing. I'm just in the hot room and I'm podcasting. Things are a little closed down and closed in, so it's kind of like a pocket in a little oven. I'm feeling a little better now. It's also lunchtime. I'm in long sleeves. I've made poor choices.
Take that shirt off, babe. Take that shirt off.
But then everybody's gonna think I'm naked.
No one's going to think you're naked. You will look less naked with the other shirt not on, actually. Let me entertain you. Gypsy Rosalie.
Oh, sorry for the little burlesque.
Not to be confused with Gypsy Rose that got out of jail. Not that Gypsy Rose, okay?
Drew Willow makes Stephanie sick. That's the point. That's like Esme and Nicholas. It's supposed to be disgusting.
It's supposed to be bad. And that's probably the reason why both of those couples do it on the floor. It's supposed to be gross.
Not to be gross, but wasn't Shiloh with Harmony and Willow? Yeah. See, there's the real controversy. Is Willow can't stop sharing her men, is what it is.
Man, I gotta stop it. That whole part of our podcast is just making me make ugly faces.
All right, Ma. It's natural. People like the real people. And Willow is like that. It's like Elizabeth in a way. She pretends to be sweet, but is really supposed to be a bad girl. Well, as we asked.
Oh, so we got Pollyanna and Snow White.
Snow White's not bad, though. Or am I? Well, as we asked Caitlin McMullen, a good 3 years ago now. Hey.
Can you believe that, Matt? That's a long time ago.
I know. Do you want to continue to be Snow White, or do you want to get into a little bit of the evil queen? And of course she said, love to play a little evil queen. So maybe she'll get a chance. Maybe she'll do that and she'll be like, oh, you know what? I can't leave this money. If Michael finds out, I lose Drew, I lose Michael, and then what? He's just going to pay me alimony? Well, what kind of Quartermain alimony is going to be, though? Oh, my God.
Well, I think they really have given us it's becoming more obvious, but they've been giving us little hints of something like this for a couple of months now.
Yeah, just the way that Drew and Willow play the scenes together.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's obvious for people who are not fast forwarding. What do you think of Jason and Danny and the motorcycle, Ma? What do you think of Jason and his kids? Jason and Danny Bond was the cover art this week for the podcast.
I thought I loved it. I really want them to of course, they showed them with the bike and changed the oil in the bike and stuff. I would have wanted Johnny's garage to be open.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been nice?
Yes, that would have been nice.
But Miss Wu owns it.
Well, Miss Wu needs to get it taken away from her, and that should be Jason's place now. So yeah, I would have thought, but I liked it. Liked it. Boy, oh boy, that kid though really got his daddy up on a pedestal. He really does.
He does.
Jason's not
Big
a perfect person by any means. But you know what I liked? You know what I really liked about Friday? Man, that was a good scene between he and Carly.
Yes.
Oh, and he got hot. He was yelling at her.
Yeah, he was like
He was pissed.
basically she was like, okay, great. There's all the sacrifice you made for the last 2 years. I'm just going to invalidate.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be super PO'd too. I saw
And
somebody.
it was so good. I have not seen that quality of acting from Steve Burton in a long time.
He believed in the material.
He is so vested in being Jason Morgan again.
You can see when Steve Burton is interested versus when he's not. It's an unfortunate reality, but you can see when he thinks the material is good and valid versus when he doesn't think it is. And so then you get content like that. You get great out of the park scenes.
And I got examples of both of what we were talking about in the same week because he dialed in Leaving Days. He did.
Yeah. Yeah, he had already signed with GH. He was like, I'm done with this. Just counting down the days. So yeah, you can see when he's invested and when he's not. Again, I said, a moment ago, it's an unfortunate truth, but a truth it is. So you get awesome scenes like that when he plays it with people that he wants to play it with, like Laura, right? So kudos to them. Awesome, super amazing.
Believable emotion on his face with no words.
And that's a new Jason
and with
thing.
Words too.
Yeah, Jason doesn't do that kind of stuff. I like Jason telling Danny about Alan. He said he fixed people.
Yes. Okay. I loved all of that and being honest with him about his accident.
Yeah, I told him that I smashed my head real good, kid. Real good. Don't remember a dang old thing.
Right.
Not a lick.
And I think a lot of times soap operas, we talked about this earlier. They seem to, think that children can't understand or have any truth told to them. And that wasn't the case in this scene either.
No, not at all. Let's tell some more truth to the kids in soaps. It was good. It was good. I'm hoping. I don't expect it to become Seventh Heaven. Okay, I don't expect for them to change the opening and have Jason on there with his kids and his arm around Elizabeth and happy as happy and all the dog. I don't expect any of that. But
of course not.
But the occasional catch-ups and the occasional growth scene between Jason and his kids are great. I think that the focus should be on Danny and Jake's relationship with each other in conjunction to their relationship with Jason, and Jason's focus should be action, adventure, and Carly. I just think that's what would be best for the show. But when you tie it into the center like they did when it comes to a bike repair scene, or I need to go to my dad to get some advice, or he shows up when at the bar that Jake had just gone to and he shouldn't be, or whatever it is, that's where you can really play that up. But to have like Jason's story is his kid, I don't think lends to what Steve Burton is great at. I don't think it really supports the Jason character and who Jason has been on the show.
No, and I want him to still have a stone cold edge.
He's got to have the stone cold edge. You can't just become, Pappy Jason.
He can't turn into Alan Quartermain.
Alan was still kind of a jerk the whole time. But yeah, right?
Yeah, he was.
But Jason and Alan are totally different characters. Yes. Alan could have stayed a jerk because he wasn't getting covered by rubble and on adventure and burying people in the Pine Barrens. So I still think that those aspects are important to Jason as a character. I still think that the action, the all of that, even if it's not as knee deep in it as he had been because he's 55 or whatever it is.
Steve Burton turned 54 2 days ago.
Hey, well, happy birthday, Steve Burton.
His birthday is June 28th. He turned 54.
Jeannie loved Seventh Heaven. You know what I loved about Seventh Heaven? I didn't see much of it. But there's three things about Seventh Heaven that I remember. The dad, the mom, and the blonde kid. The boy.
I don't remember any of it.
So the dad and the mom I remember because the dad was in Star Trek 1 and the mom was in Star Trek 4, the whale movie. And then the kid I remember was in Look Who's Talking Now. The one about the dogs who could talk.
I'll tell
Only
you,
thing I know about Seventh Heaven.
You guys, do you remember how much innuendo and sexual stuff there was actually in Look Who's Talking? A
So I
lot.
didn't notice that until I was a good 15 years
I
old, by the
let my
way.
children watch all that, but I knew it went right over their head.
Right over our head. The only thing we cared about was the talking baby.
Exactly.
That's the only thing we cared about. And really, Ma, you were an honest person, with the questions of like, what are those things? With the round, round, get around, I get around opening sequence. You're like, well, that's how a baby's made. It's going to turn into a baby. Oh, we didn't think about it.
I never lied to my children. I told them the truth that was going to be something that they could absorb to the level in which they could understand. But I never lied to them. Told them
No,
the truth.
no, 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 no. You just put the explain it in a way like Philadelphia. You remember the movie Philadelphia from a
I
thousand
sure do.
years ago?
Yes.
Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks, and Denzel
Yes.
Washington is the lawyer for Tom Hanks,
Hmm.
and Denzel time and time and time and time and time and time and time again throughout this movie goes, explain it to me as if I'm a 3-year-old, because that
Hmm.
puts the people on defensive where they're like, well, I gotta explain it simply. I can't, because if I do, I'm gonna be wrong. You know? Well, he's a man who got sick, and we're not okay with that. Oh, damn it. You know? Melissa reminds us that Alan did get covered in a house fire rubble because he was trying to kill Monica. So I guess
They
Alan
were
has
like,
been covered in rubble.
I remember that. I don't remember that exact scene, but I do remember Monica and Alan were like War of the Roses
Yeah.
back in the day.
Mm.
They trying to blow each other up and everything.
It's crazy, man, because I just said the Kill word, and my first thought after that was like, is YouTube gonna be okay with me saying that word? Because, Mama, I tell you, Ma, I'm scared of how sensitive they are sometimes. I see other channels out there saying, hey, so this person unalived the other person,
Mm-hmm.
trying to avoid anything. And then my second thought after that, because I was still listening to you, by the way, War of the Roses, Alan and Monica. But my second
Yeah,
thought,
I know you can multitask, okay? You can listen to me and think your own thoughts and read the chat. I know that.
but my second thought was too, if YouTube is so sensitive that we can't even openly talk about a soap, that's too sensitive.
That's a little sensitive.
A little
It is.
sensitive.
Okay, one more thing we have to talk about.
Yes, yes. We have about 8 minutes left before we need to take our mandatory break before we go to JLJ.
Right. So, what did you think about Sunny and Natalia?
Sunny and Natalia are the future of General Hospital, and it's going to blow up so fast.
Well, for one thing, Eva LaRue, you looking so beautiful, and I love that jumpsuit you had on Friday.
Yeah, she's always gorgeous. Ava LaRue it's always been top 10 beautiful soap actress of all time type of nonsense.
But she looked fabulous. And Sunny and she are going to be together in no time. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that she knows that he done gave Ava the boot and her walking papers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and then she reminds him in a nonchalant way that, oh, I'm glad you picked this location because my room's just upstairs.
So she doesn't know the extent of Sunny.
No, she don't.
We've talked about it before, how silly it is that somebody doesn't know. But just taking that as a fact of reality that can't be changed. She doesn't know what Sunny's up to. She just thinks that he's a rich coffee mogul and she's a rich music lady. So she sees herself kind of manipulating herself into a powerful romance with another entrepreneur, rich, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Corinthos. All attach my name to that coffee powerhouse. Who knows what the future is for me and my family. Not realizing exactly what it is that she's stepping into, and when she does, it's going to be super fun.
It is.
Because she is not getting a lot of fans. Like, there's not a lot of people that think that she's great, but she also hasn't done something where they're like, throw her in jail, she needs to get thrown from the parapet, or anything like that. She just isn't popular. She isn't liked. She's not supposed to be liked. She's the bad guy. The antagonist. Currently, she's the antagonist in the Craze story. Or is an antagonist in the Craze story, but that doesn't mean that she is villainous. That doesn't mean she's evil. And so that creates
a small mind, is what she has.
Yeah, and so that creates a really interesting situation where if Natalia gets kidnapped or put in some sort of danger because of Sunny's life, then she has this person who isn't particularly popular with the fans put in a life-threatening situation where now you have to kind of find a channel to sympathy toward her
Mm-hmm.
because she's not the worst evil villain out there with these unforgivable traits. She's not unforgivable. She's just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's in this situation where she's freaking out. She gets to play a little bit of comedy on top of some real tension and danger there. We get to see Sunny come in to save somebody who is then now not interested anymore in Sunny Corinthos. And we can find out how that is like with Sunny because we don't really, at least in my experience with GH, don't have a lot of time with people who have not been interested in Sunny.
Especially females.
They're
They just,
interested. They're more often than not
they
interested.
always fall for the dimples
Right.
immediately.
And for somebody to very quickly realize what it is that they've gotten themselves into and then be like, ooh, put the brakes on that would be an interesting couple of weeks of aftermath to play as both characters then move on to whatever it is that's next for them. There's opportunity there for a lot of fun and to tell some interesting stories in a way that I think that they haven't been recently.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think about that. I've got no problems with Natalia, and I'm a Ava LaRue fan, and I have been
I
for a
am
long
too.
time.
I am true. I'm really, really thrilled that General Hospital is not wasting it. Okay.
No, they're
They
using her.
wasted Kim Delaney. They wasted her.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Wasted Kim
Big
Delaney.
time, big time. Now,
They're not wasting Eva.
it's just unfortunate that Finn has had a couple of years of just bum stories. With the whole, like, I'm really Chase's dad, never mind, no, I'm not, which is the Kim Delaney story, which didn't hit hard well at
Mm-hmm.
all. The cast didn't, I don't know if the cast didn't jive or if Kim didn't have a good time or whatever it is, but clearly they didn't work hard to keep her around.
Nope.
You know, whatever. I know that she had gotten into an incident, but I don't know when that was in the timeline of things, so I don't know how much impact it had on the storytelling at the time. It might explain why she's not there now, but the storytelling at the time, I have no idea. Anyway, all that to say, love Michael Easton. Sorry that he's gone from the show, but writing matters. That's why
Right.
Kim Delaney fell off real quick because the writing wasn't there. The story wasn't very good. Natalia, I think, is a better story. I think it's a
Absolutely.
more well thought out story. I think that Blaze has been an excellent addition to the cast. I think that her relationship with Christina has been enjoyable to watch them together. They have good chemistry with one another, and the content is fine. It's stupid, unrealistic soap nonsense, but it's fine.
So, Matt, what do you think? What do you think about Christina? Okay, I was kind of surprised with this a little bit. Now, Christina was she was talking to Blaze about keeping the baby,
Mm-hmm.
but she kind of like made it sound like she wanted to keep the baby for herself and have her and Blaze
Yeah.
raise the baby as a
Oh, yeah.
family.
Yeah, yeah.
But she also made it sound like she was going to be against TJ, where Molly could have her baby.
I don't think even Christina really knows what she wants. I think that we can't forget that for the longest time, the other characters around Christina kept talking about how irresponsible she was, how Christina was and is, and all that sort of stuff. I think that all that stuff is still into play, and I think even Christina isn't quite sure what she wants. She's also battling hormones and such. Who knows what twists and turns and directions the story could even go in.
Mhm.
Maybe she has the baby and now has a bout of postpartum depression and no couple to give it to. Or we were talking last week. I don't know if we were talking last week. Maybe it was this week. Did Molly and TJ boned this week, or was that last week?
This week.
It was this week.
They made up this
It
week.
was sexy. We haven't talked about this. We got to squeeze it in here in the next couple of minutes. What if now Christina or Molly now has Miracle Baby?
I heard rumbling about
They-
that. I think that'd be perfect.
They went, I think we talked about it on Thursday a little bit, but they went full on and out when it came to depicting this scene. Now, I know it's love in the afternoon, and every once in a while we take advantage and we go ahead and just do it, and but this is also pregnancy, endometriosis. We're spending a lot of time making sure the audience does not miss the fact that these two characters have slept together.
Mm-hmm.
If she has Miracle Baby, maybe she won't want Christina's baby. Well, I have
TJ
my own
would.
now. Well, TJ
TJ would
would.
still want the
TJ
baby.
absolutely would. Absolutely would. But like I was saying on Thursday, go back to the full. I remember clearly now. I talked to you and Angela about this in pretty good detail on Thursday. But in order protecting the Christina character, making her not a total villain, that sort of stuff, go to Thursday's episode of the Skinny Dip, where we talk about the cast changes and stuff. This came up, and I gave a lot of thoughts about it. So go check that out. Go check that out, folks, if you haven't watched the Skinny Dip yet. But
I
that's
did
it.
have to. I did have to laugh at us though,
Yeah.
because we were so adamant that Jonathan Jackson was not going to return to GH. I mean, it made me think about the floating rib and Danny being blown up.
Yeah, but nope, he's not blown up. He is
He
changing
is
the
not
oil
blown up.
on the motorcycle with Jason. So yeah. But that's it, folks. It's 12:30 now. We got to climb into the elevator to give our little voices a break and rest up a little bit, because we are going to go over to the JLJ Media channel at 1 o'clock to join James Lott Jr. and Frank Moran for their GH mini spotlight. So, we covered some of the details here. We're definitely going to cover some of them again with James, and probably more. Because they don't break down into conversations about the 60s and 70s like we do. Not often, at least. Don't. Come for the fun, everybody. Come for the nostalgia. Oh, look at that. A link to the Skinny Dip right there. Thank you very much, Chandra. TJ will have 3 kids at one. I think Chrissy will want to raise the baby with Blaze and Molly in 3 moms and a baby situation. Anyway.
That's funny.
Oh, and then the first baby will, oh yes, you're right. 3 kids for TJ, just with 3 different women. Trying to have 1 baby with Molly, he walks away with 3 kids. Because he couldn't say no to Molly. Just, well, let's try this surrogate. We'll try this surrogate. And now we still love each other. And he's like,
he had triplets and didn't mean to.
Didn't mean to have these Irish triplets. Okay, folks, we're going to get out of here. Get onto the elevator, go back down to the first floor, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Explore the videos, follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, send us an email if you want to. All of that is 10th floor, 10th, floor, FLOOR, with GH at the end. 10th floor GH on Twitter, on Instagram, on Threads, on Gmail, and then also right here, where it's 10th floor podcasts and not 10th floor GH. Anyway, that's it for us. Go back down to the first floor, go into the parking garage, turn your radios to previous episodes of the 10th floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. If you cannot find it on your favorite podcasting platform, reach out to us on Twitter or Threads or Instagram or email at 10th floor GH, 10th floor GH, and we will send you in the right direction. That's it. Go spend some time with your families. We'll see you in half an hour on James Lott Jr.'s channel. I've been Nat.
I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you in half an hour for the GH Mini Spotlight, and also again next week right here on the 10th floor. Goodbye, everybody.